Let's get more on this and bring in William Booth, a lecturer in Latin American history at University College London. William, thanks for joining us. What's your assessment of this dramatic day then? Was this a clumsy attempt at a military overthrow, or rather than a wider unravelling of democracy there?
Yeah, it certainly seems to have been the former. It was a small attempt at a coup. There weren't a huge number of people involved, but obviously they had serious hardware. They crashed this truck into the front of the presidential palace. It took place in the Plaza Murillo, which is a very symbolic location in La Paz, where the cathedral, the presidential palace, the Congress, and so on are. What we saw was a very strong demonstration from the president, Luis Arce, confronting the leader of this attempted coup, General Zuniga, to his face on camera, and calling for the people of Bolivia to rise up and defend democracy. And people poured out into the streets. The COB called a general strike, and as soon as Arce had put into position new commanders of the various branches of the armed forces, the soldiers were ordered back to the barracks, and Zuniga was dramatically arrested live on TV.
So it appears to be an isolated incident, but what's the background to this, William? Why did General Zuniga think that there was a need for some sort of change of government? He said he was trying to protect democracy.
Yeah, I mean, the excuse or reason that he's given is that he was involved with a call to the former president, Evo Morales, not to stand in next year's elections. And interestingly, Morales is going to be standing against Arce, the current president, even though they're both from the MAS, from the socialist movement, which is split recently. There's a longer term history, of course. There's the 2019 coup against Morales, which was backed by the United States, and the brief right-wing government of Janine Áñez, who is in prison. Zuniga had said that if he'd have succeeded, he would have released her from prison, although, interestingly, she distanced herself from this coup attempt. But there's hugely divisive, particularly economic issues in Bolivia over the future of natural resources. It's the world's largest source of lithium. And where that lithium goes, who it's sold to, is a very contentious issue. There are people in Bolivia who want to see much more trade with the United States. They're associated more with the elite and more with the east of the country. And there are people more associated with the government who are looking to move away from dependence on United States trade and improve relations with China, with Russia, and with the rest of the BRICS.
And do you think there's any implications for the wider region? I suppose it's notable that there seemed to be quite a lot of support from not only neighbouring countries, Venezuela and Colombia, but also from Washington, D.C.
Well, the support from Washington, D.C. did take a while. Among the initial support, there was very strong support from across the political spectrum in Latin America, from Chile and Colombia, which are left-wing governments, but also from Paraguay and Uruguay, which are very much not. Interestingly, too, the Argentine president Milei refused to lend support initially and said that he was going to wait and see how things played out. I think what it showed is that there is a strong appetite for civilian government in Bolivia, and that there is strong support for that from around the region on the whole.
Well, it was a dramatic day indeed. William, we thank you very much indeed for your analysis. William Booth there joining us from the UK.